EA Sports coverage of the NFL finds us in South America in the vibrant and colorful Brazilian beachside city of Rio de Janeiro. Today, it's the opener of the 2023 NFL season, as it'll be the Miami Dolphins taking on the Desperados of Rio de Janeiro. A new season of NFL football is here, and we're off in 2023 on EA Sports. And no run back on this one, so the new season will begin at the 25-yard line.
Ready.
Now the rookie third-round pick, it's Devon A-Chain. Now he's loose at the 40. And he's going to be ridden out of bounds down inside the 25. 54 yards rushing for him now. What a drive for him to kick off the new season. And look at that. I'd say somebody's already in mid-season form here in game number 1.
Doesn't need a whole lot of carries in the preseason, does he? He needs to get the ball when it counts. And when it does, he makes it count.
They fake the handoff. Now Tua. They'll swing this out wide. Here's A-Chain. Touchdown, Dolphins. Devon A-Chain. His first NFL reception goes for 6. And the Dolphins are on the board here first in the season opener. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And it's now a 7-0 game. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. From his end zone, here's Darius Davis. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. On 1st and 10, Herbert. And a dangerous throw there, incomplete. He threw that into coverage. It was nearly intercepted.
Yes, sir. How about an attaboy there on 1st down? Got his hand in and knocked it away.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now we'll throw down. And now look at this. Big gain, a fumble. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. He's across midfield. And this will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. Obviously, you got to hold on to the football, but I've got to give credit to the defense there. Good job of knocking it free.
Yeah, because a lot of the time we just blame the offensive players for not taking care of it. How about the effort of the defensive players knowing that guys are going to, and if they're good, anticipate the contact coming and try and cover up the football. And they still find ways to knock it free.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Off of play action, Tagovailoa. He dumps it off to A-Chain. He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
I know it was a gain, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling held it to an okay gain.
Tua sets up to pass it. He'll let this go for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
Sanders' kick is good, and the Dolphins will add on to their lead. So the defense are able to force their first turnover of the game, and then they add on to that by getting the field goal.
And you don't just want to take the ball away from your opponent, partner. You want to make them hurt as well. And if you don't score yourself on defense, turn it over to your offense and have them put points on the board.
Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They had the auspicious beginning to the season, a first drive turnover. Now they'll try again here, 1st and 10. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
One thing you always worry about when he breaks the pocket is he going to take off with it? That time, the pressure was starting to close in, and he's just got to throw this one away.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
This defense has passed its first 2 tests by forcing back-to-back incompletions. They know there's probably another throw coming on 3rd down. Let's see if they decide to force the issue by sending people on a blitz.
Going to throw on 3rd down with Herbert. And unable to connect, incomplete. Well, give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. On 4th down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away. Back deep is Tyreek Hill. And taken right on the 30. 43 yards on the punt, return of 4, and it'll be Dolphin football. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get them 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker who can nail it from long distance? Now the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it, and he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick extra points from here on out.
Yeah, absolutely no question. I think his teammates would be okay with him just kicking the extra points as well. Open man is Waddle, complete. And he goes out right around the 39. So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit.
All right.
On 2nd down, a run by A-Chain. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. It's a gain of 5, but they're still deep in a hole. 15 yards still to go on 3rd down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Completes this to Elijah Higgins. And he'll only get this to about the 35, well short of the line to gain. Yeah, that's good for a gain of 6, and it'll be 4th down. So on 4th down, here's Jake Bailey to punt for the Dolphins. Call that a 41-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
The defender certainly didn't forget about him leaking out of the backfield. There's a guy ready and waiting to pick him up in coverage, and that throw had no shot.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29.
Hey, Kappa. Go.
Here's Herbert. Trying to force it to Allen, and it's intercepted. Nick Needham picks it off down the right sideline. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20.
They'll take over first and 10 at the 18-yard line.
So from inside the 20, here's first and 10 at the 18. After the turnover, it's Tua. This one left side caught by Berrios. And the Dolphins are going to be set up with a first and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line.
A good catch to move the chains from Berrios, known mostly as an all-pro return man. Miami no doubt will use him there, but he doesn't want you to sleep on him as a receiver as well.
And they'll run here with A-Chain. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2.
Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score one touchdown, you're without a doubt. And so far today, he's got one, but was denied as he tried to get the second one.
One more time with A-Chain. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a third down. Now a play fake. Here's Tagovailoa. And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line. Credit the sack to Joey Bosa. So fourth down, Tua departs, and on is Jason Sanders and the Dolphin field goal unit. The kick by Sanders is good. Well, I don't know if they would have gone for it on fourth and goal anyway, but the sack on third down pretty much made their mind up for them.
You're exactly right about that, and this is a tough place on the field to take a sack because, as you just noted, it took the decision-making away from them. Now they have to go for a field goal instead of potentially going for it.
And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
At their own 18-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Not only are they in search of their first score, they're in search of their first down in this ball game as they come up first and 10. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6. Now a timeout called for by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. From the 25, here's a 2nd and 4.
Hey, Ram.
Herbert. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked off by Cam Smith. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. Well, these defensive coaches, they sure like what they've got in this rookie corner. And with good reason, as you saw there.
He only cost him a day 2 pick, and a lot of people thought he had first-round ability. But when he was available on draft night, that was one where you didn't need the full time to make the selection. You call that pick in early, and he shows why he was so coveted with that interception there.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Jalen Waddle, 34 yards. And the Dolphins are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that pushes the lead up to an even 20.
Jake Bailey set to kick off.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
They'll take over. First down and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They're still in search of an initial first down as they come up here first and 10. The throw right side is complete here on the first play of the drive. A good pick up there of 20 yards.
That's good. 4.
We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports.
The first quarter with the score Dolphins 20, Desperados nothing.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Herbert now. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by Xavier Howard. Now inside the 25. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Dolphins touchdown. Well, mistake there by the offense, Charles. They tried to pick on a Pro Bowl corner in coverage there, and not the smartest decision. He reminded him that he was a Pro Bowl corner with not only the pick, but the pick 6.
And those guys who have that designation, sometimes they get a little bit bored in games because people try to avoid them. They absolutely love it when they get challenged, and it's a chance to remind everyone exactly why they were tabbed as one of the best in the league the prior season.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll be brought down at the 28-yard line, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone gets him 3 more.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass, and finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you've got to do something.
He's got a man complete. Inside the 20. Now he's loose at the 40. Touchdown! A big play there with his first career touchdown in his first career game. And the Desperados get a bit closer.
I'm not sure that they have illusions right now of, okay, we're going to score 8 times in a row and we're going to be terrific. But to get one, that was huge for them. That has to feel much better right now.
And you do have, we're still in the first half. You do have the entire second half. There's something about that goose egg that just looked bad on that board, but now they've broken it.
Yeah, broken through. Can they maintain the pace? We'll see as we go along.
Berrios now from his ends. And deep in his own territory. He coughs up the football. And it looks like one of the DBs has it. And great field position coming up in the red zone at the 17-yard line. So a turnover there on the kickoff. And don't look now, but that just made things a little more interesting.
Very interesting, because when you're trailing in a game, these are the mistakes that you pray for. You just went down and scored. Now you get the football right back with another great opportunity.
Up the middle, here's Mitchell. And he'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 14-yard line.
If they want to start getting back into this game, it behooves them to get better on first down.
Yeah, certainly not what they were looking for there out of the opening play of this drive. 2nd and 6. No, scratch that. 2nd and 7.
Hey, Ram.
On 2nd down, here's Mitchell. And he'll get about 3 just outside the 10, stopped at the 11.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you've got to continue to try and run and try and keep a defense honest.
You mean, or else they'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
Here's Herbert. And he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown. Justin Herbert taking it in from 11 yards out. And the Desperados are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Extra point up and good by Dicker. And that cuts this lead down to 13. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Calls for the fair catch, makes the fair catch just inside the 15-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Tua wants to throw it on second down. Throw left side to Higgins. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. Looking to pass. Tua. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes. But the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
On play action, here's Tua. That's caught. Waddle on the left side. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down.
Shit, my nigga.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. And Tua going to slide to a halt, but he will have the first down. That one a broken play, but it ends up being a good play. The scramble goes for 20. This offense in midseason form here in the opener. It's 1st and 10. Going to the air. Tagovailoa. And he'll get this into the hands of Hill, complete. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Tua going to throw. And he's got it. Touchdown. Devon A-Chain making quite a splash with his second touchdown in his NFL debut as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. Extra point up and good by Sanders, and that pushes the lead up to an even 20. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense is once again up to the task.
Yeah, and I think that after the last drive, they've got to be pretty revved up, don't you think? Everything they were doing was working pretty well. They go back out there with the same mindset, play at the same tempo and the same pace. Still a lot of time left to make something happen in this one.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Back to throw here, Herbert. And his throw here is incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
Complete. This is Mitchell. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Now, I know it's an emotional game, Charles. You can't do that.
And when you get into your film sessions and you argue your case with your coaches, that's exactly what they say at the end. You just can't do it. It costs your team.
They try to run on first down, but this defense says no dice. They stop them a couple yards behind the line of scrimmage. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, if there's a bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the pass.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by
Now Justin Herbert can throw the
Dolphins
pass.
are going to
Get the
have
fuck
it
out
here
of here.
just past the 25.
Well, I would guess that combined, if you spoke to both defenses, neither side has a lot to celebrate today. They haven't had a lot of stops, but that one right there, that's a big one because they stole points away with that play. And just as importantly, picked up a key stop on an offense that's been really impressive here in the early going.
Now a second timeout called for by the defense as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
At the 31-yard line.
Throwing now is Tagovailoa. That's going to be caught by Waddle. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And that'll leave him with a 3rd and 2.
And we've seen him have success earlier on with the ball in his hands because he is a get it in space and make a play kind of a receiver. But that time, they closed on him quickly and held him to a short gain.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. And they're going to speed things up here. Tua is going to change things up. And a quick throw here, that's complete. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Tagovailoa to throw on second down here. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. Tagovailoa going to try and throw on 3rd down. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Early on, the running game's been working well, and the offensive line has been pleased by that. The thought process there, catch those safeties creeping up, trying to help against the running game. They tried to hit them over the top, unsuccessfully.
Now, the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. They're going for it. Here's Tua with it. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Dolphins can't convert on 4th down, and as a result, possession switches hands. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And with great starting field position and one timeout in their pocket, they could still come away with points here in the late going. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
On 1st and 10, Herbert. He's got his man. That's Everett, the tight end. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Let's go, let's go.
Herbert operating from the red zone. And he's wrapped up, taken down, back at the 25. It looks like a loss of right around 11 there on 1st down to set him back on 2nd. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime
It's
Report.
a new season, so both of these coaching staffs likely making plenty of adjustments after their first half of football. So for the call of the second half here in week 1, we go back to Brandon and Charles.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
First down and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball to the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
A first down there on a pickup of 25.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football. Right now, I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
Herbert setting up to throw on first down. Screen play setting it up for Mitchell. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. But despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. Second down. Got to give some credit there defensively. They snuffed out that screen early on first down.
Really read it well, didn't they? Because they didn't bring the pressure that they expected. They covered all the passing lanes. So once you see it break down as the passer, I think in this situation, you're throwing it at the feet of your back to make.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Javon Holland. And the Dolphins are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50. Tough one there. First drive of the third quarter, throw an interception, and now a chance that they could be in even a bigger hole if they can convert this into points.
Yeah, but how good do you feel if you're that defensive coordinator right now? Because you just know that the head coach looked at him and said, turn him loose, big man. And he'd be able to take a few extra chances playing with this type of a lead, and boy, it paid off.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
Throwing is Tagovailoa on third down here. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. That reception, his 600th NFL catch. Congratulations, quite the accomplishment. So first and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Tua going to tap this forward on the jet sweep. Oh, and that is well read defensively. A great job of setting the edge, and that little touch pass is going to turn into a loss.
22 yards.
A-Chain gets it from the gun. And a solid run down inside the 30. 78 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. And they got to get to the 23 here on third. Now Tua. He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins. Braxton Berrios, 29 yards. And the Dolphins add 6 to their lead. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that stretches the lead all the way up to 27.
Desperados 14. Jake Bailey set to kick off.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And Davis content just to bring this out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one... And got his man complete! And what a big-time play there. 49 yards.
Despite writing it down on my notes, I never give enough credit to the offensive line, and we have to here. The protection, that's what made this play a success. Quarterback had to wait for his crossing route to develop, and that takes a little bit of extra time. Excellent job by the big fellas up front.
21.
On first down, Justin Herbert. That's going to be caught. Touchdown. Quentin Johnston with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Desperados are able to cut into that deficit. This opening game has certainly not gone their way at this point, but that touchdown, maybe a glimmer of hope for the long season ahead.
And no one in this league likes to talk about moral victories. No one likes to really just say, okay, well, maybe something went right. But you're exactly right about that. A little glimmer there. Maybe they can carry it over moving forward.
And he's got it for the two-point conversion. So they tack on a pair more here to narrow that deficit a bit further. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Berrios going to bring this out of the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21.
At their own 21-yard line.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. And third quarter here, you've got the lead. This is where that strong run game can really benefit you. Stayed in bounds there, kept the clock going.
I like all the points you just made there. And if you throw the football and it's incomplete, now you stop the clock, and you've helped out the guys on the other side of the ball. So keep it in the hands of those runners. Keep moving it. Keep grinding the clock.
They fake the handoff. Now Tua. He is going to
come down, nigga.
And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the third quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
Call it a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll bring up a third down. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And that will be incomplete.
One first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
The Dolphins will send out the punter now as he'll kick it away for the second time. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And whatever promise they showed in the preseason has not translated into week one because they have not been particularly competitive here at home, no less. These fans just kind of beside themselves right now. A really good pickup of 28 yards. Well, those are the types of plays they probably wish they had made more of in the first three quarters. And this deficit going to be tough to overcome here in the fourth. But a nice first down and a pickup on that throw.
Yeah, and this is where as coaches, you're looking for effort and execution, even though the scoreboard is going against you. You want to find out who's going to fight, who's going to scrap, who's going to keep their heads up and continue to play.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Go.
Here's Herbert. That's to Mitchell out of the backfield. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. 11 yards there, first down.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
25 yards that time. A 3-score game here late. You can probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah, and we know in this league, a loss is a loss, and no one wants anything to count as a moral victory or, boy, something that feels a little bit cheap. But if they trim that lead down to just 2 scores, that's still a benefit to this squad.
Again, Herbert. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. Touchdown. A great effort there. Making quite a splash with his 2nd touchdown of his NFL debut. And the Desperados have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. All right, so this one not quite over yet. Back to a 2-score game, CD.
Yeah, and you've still got 4+ minutes to go, so when you think about comebacks, it's happened before. Now, it hasn't happened often, but you've got to think to yourself, let's be the next great comeback story and play this one out.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Berrios now from his end zone. And a pretty poor return as he will dive to the ground to give himself up. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Ball on the 27. Here's 2nd down and 1. Again, it's A-Chain. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
A gain of 5. First down, Miami.
Tagovailoa working out of the gun. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
You still hold your breath a little as a defense when Tua gets out of the pocket. You're worried about him scrambling and getting a first down. But there, he made the wise call. If there's nothing downfield, just throw it away.
Now a throw here to his running back. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
That's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
Play action, now it's Tua. On the sideline, did he keep his feet in bounds? They say yes. Great job, both feet in, first down. A nice pickup of 23 on the 3rd down conversion. Altogether, a pretty shaky start to the year for this defense as they defend another 1st and 10. Again, they will throw it with Tagovailoa. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Miami. Tyreek Hill 41 yards. And the Dolphins are closing in on a winning start to the year as they extend their fourth quarter lead. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the lead is up to 18 now. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he'll wind up getting a couple extra yards here for his trouble and bringing it out of the end zone as he's down at the 27.
At their own 27-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film section in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out?
And now here's another interception. How about this? With the points that we've seen scored, neither defense has been at their best, but these guys, they've been a little bit better, Charles, and a nice interception there.
Yeah, you're right about that, Brandon. Let's face it. It's not always how you start, it's how you finish, right? So maybe you have a rough game all the way along, but if you make a big play like that at the right time, it can make everything turn out just okay.
And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. 112 yards rushing for him now as he goes over the century mark here in the season opener. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports.
All right, come on.
First down, they go back to A-Chain. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. And give him 5 that time as they draw a bit closer here for a 2nd and goal. A-Chain here, they stay on the ground. And he takes it into the end zone for the Dolphin touchdown. Devon A-Chain, now with his 3rd touchdown in his first ever NFL game. And the Dolphins take the forced turnover on defense and convert it into 6 points. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And they open the lead up now to 25. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. Now this will be returned from deep in the end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
First down and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. We said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way they're...
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Casey Hayward. Well, it wasn't always pretty, but the interception there, that means that they should get out of here with a victory.
Yeah, this is not a game that they're going to preserve for posterity on defense, but they did finish it off, didn't they? They did make the winning play to close things out. They'll take that one and head to the locker room.
A-Chain on 1st and 10. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
At the 41-yard line.
And they take a knee.
Yeah, finish.
And they will take a knee here. Well, CD, always a little extra excitement for week one, and one of our early window games here in week one on a Sunday comes to a close.